Hey everybody, Dr. Christine Kaczmar here. Thank you so much for listening to Smart Digestion Radio. This is episode 27.
What do you get when you cross Albert Einstein with digestive enzymes and a fistful of kale? Smart Digestion Radio with Dr. Christine Kaczmar, the all things diet, nutrition, vitality show for the wellness-minded.
Hey everybody, so Dr. Christine here, and yesterday I was able to host the second movie that I am sponsoring for our community. I am paying for the theater, renting it out, people come, and I am presenting a movie that I feel people need to see. So our first movie was Trace Amounts, Autism, Mercury, and the Hidden Truth. And movie number 2 was Seed, the Untold Story. And what I want to do is just read this amazingly crafted message from filmmakers John Betts and Taggart Siegel. And I'm just going to go ahead and read what they wrote here and then talk a little bit about my takeaways from the movie Seed. The story of our seeds is a defining story of our time. Caught between the runaway juggernaut of industrial agriculture and the ecological, cultural, and spiritual destruction in its wake, Seeds offers us a profound chance to restore mutual harmony between people and planet. They are the eternal promise of an abundant new world waiting to be born. But the time for this redemption is running out. In telling this story, we aim to bring into clear focus the beauty, hope, and magic that seeds represent for humanity at this critical juncture. For years, we have passionately made films that reveal our deep connection to nature and our food. The Real Dirt on Farmer John, 2005, tells the story of a maverick farmer who saves his family farm against all odds. Queen of the Sun, What Are the Bees Telling Us, 2010, investigates the mysterious colony collapse disorder ravaging honeybees around the world. Seed, the Untold Story, began with an article in National Geographic reported that up to 96% of the vegetable seeds available in 1903 have disappeared. Within moments, we knew that was our next film. The speed and scope of this loss is staggering, and its implications for our future are stark. As the renowned naturalist and author Gary Paul Nabum puts it, quote, "Many of our seeds today are as endangered as a panda or polar bear," end quote. In an era of climate uncertainty, this dearth of diversity is a recipe for catastrophic crop failure and human suffering, not unlike the Great Famine of Ireland that saw the starvation of nearly 1 million people when their sole crop variety, a potato, was wiped out by blight. Seed explores a topic that is still largely unknown, yet it is increasingly urgent with climate change and the consolidation and control of the seed industry. Seed completes a trilogy of films that uncovers the invisible connections between our food and the natural world. As we film seed savers, farmers, scientists, and indigenous communities for Seed, we were struck by how little their voices are heard. Seed presents audiences with a hidden fabric of our food, the people that painstakingly and meticulously curate the diversity of our food. The film charts a David and Goliath battle as these marginalized people fight the large corporate power of chemical companies that now control the majority of our food. All right, so let me go ahead and review a few of the things that were some takeaways for me from hosting this movie. And just so you know, this movie won all sorts of acclaim. I mean, it won the Audience Award in San Diego, Best Documentary from Lunenburg. It won Best Environmental Film from Et Cultura, Best Feature Film from Tudinello and Stesso Piatto. It won the Audience Award by the American Conservation. A lot of different awards here on this movie. And so one of my favorite quotes was that seeds are time capsules. I loved what Jane Goodall had to say, which is, "There is a power, it is a magic, it is a life force so strong," when referring to seeds. But then it talked about seed banks. It talked about how, for example, in Iraq in the 90s during the war, one of the most prized seed banks was destroyed. And so these are seeds that have been saved and protected for centuries, gone. And it talks about a seed bank that is in Norway, which has some very, very telling
video where it shows, for example, seeds from Kenya, it shows seeds from all over the place. And then there are some interesting characters in this movie who, for example, this one man, I can't recall his name, but when he was little, instead of getting like a G.I. Joe, he said he wanted a squash. And they show this guy going to different areas of the world, discovering new fruits and vegetables and protecting the seeds. The movie was very, very interesting with the people who love this world and love this planet and want to protect the seeds. It was dramatic how devoted they are. That was a big takeaway. Other things that the movie discussed is that 98% of the celery is gone. 94% of red onions are gone. 94% of radishes are gone. 91% of eggplants are gone. 93% of a specific melon is gone. And this just went on and on and on. And now we enter Monsanto. And we see this company taken to task here on this movie. I think that they could have done even more at citing some examples of Monsanto and what they're doing. Very fascinating overall. So I've done some research of my own. I will link up in the show notes for this specific podcast, episode 27, the link to the webinar that I performed for this specific movie so that you could watch that webinar as well as listening to this podcast. You could take a look at that. Another thing I wanted to mention is there is a woman named Dr. Vandana Shiva. You could learn more about her by going to vandanashiva.com. That's VANDANASHIVA.com. And she is a complete activist to protect the Indian farmers. And she said that over 200,000 Indian farmers have committed suicide from being bankrupted and so forth as a result of them starting to use the genetically modified seeds. So very heartbreaking that is. Again, I feel like they could have done even more at showing more examples, some more cited research about exactly what was happening with all these suicides linked to the Indian farmers. It's a tragedy. This movie only has so much time, but that's a very strong revelation about the catastrophic effects of these seeds. Dr. Shiva then says, quote, "We need to protect the diversity and freedom of life, give seeds its own freedom so that we as humans can have our freedom." Wonderful quote. Overall, the images within this movie are stunning, just stunning. And some of the stories are very heartbreaking as well. It focused on a school in Hawaii, which is adjacent to property owned by Monsanto. And in the movie, it shows that there's some children, I think it was over 100 children, were taken to the hospital because they were downwind. I mean, they're right next door from where they spray. People in the movie, one is a teacher, discusses how her children wake up with bloody pillowcases because literally these companies are spraying at night. And as a result, the breathing is an issue, of course. So when we talk about glyphosate, which is the main chemical found in Roundup, which is owned by Monsanto, it's been considered by the World Health Organization as a probable carcinogenic, so cancer-causing, not good.
All right, everybody, this episode is brought to you by Omega Digestion, OmegaDigestion.com. This is my company. It's doctor-formulated, custom-formulated products. I have 3 products in my line right now. If you'd like to learn more about them, go to bit.ly/Omega Profile. That's bit.ly/Omega Profile. At Omega Digestion, our mission is to bring plant-based enzyme nutrition and healing botanicals out of the perplexing chemistry class and into the mainstream lunchrooms and family tables. We are working to reintroduce the essential necessities food has on healing, repairing, and nourishing our bodies. By developing an effective, filler-free, and affordable product line, we aim to support the incredible importance digestive health has on millions of people. To check out our 3 products, go to OmegaDigestion.com/smart for a special offer. That's OmegaDigestion.com/smart. And what I want to read to you now is a bit of an article written by Dr. Vandana Shiva. And this article is entitled Monsanto versus Indian Farmers. This is written March 27th, 2016. Seed is the basis of agriculture, the means of production, and the basis of farmers' livelihoods. In less than 2 decades, cottonseed has been snatched from the hands of Indian farmers by Monsanto, displacing local varieties, introducing GMO Bt cottonseeds, and coercing extravagant royalties from farmers. Since Monsanto's entry into India in 1998, the price of cotton seeds has increased by almost 80,000%. 300,000 Indian farmers have committed suicide, trapped in vicious cycles of debt and crop failures. 84% of these suicides are attributed directly to Monsanto's BT cotton. Right now I want to read another quote by an article written by Brian Tokar called Monsanto, A Checkered History. So this is found in The Ecologist, Volume 28, Number 5, from September-October edition, 1998. Brian writes, "If we believe in democracy, it is imperative that we have the right to choose which technologies are best for our communities, rather than having unaccountable institutions like Monsanto decide for us. Rather than technologies designed for the continued enrichment of a few, we can ground our technology in a hope of a greater harmony between our human communities and the natural world. Our health, our food, and the future of life on Earth truly lie in the balance."
Ultimately, what I would say to you is go watch this movie. It's a movie that is worthy of your attention and time. Collectively, we need to not stand by. Collectively, we need to take action. We need to protect our planet. We need to protect our food. And this starts one seed at a time. So I hope you've enjoyed my review of the movie Seed, The Untold Story. Alrighty then, another episode of Smart Digestion Radio is in the books. However, the conversation never stops there. Great hubs to connect with me are going to be my Facebook page, which is The Digestion Doc. That's my handle on Twitter and Instagram as well. If you are interested in joining my community, my private inner circle over on Facebook, go to healthyrebelsfb.com. That's healthyrebelsfb.com. And my other main sites are thedigestiondoctor.com and omegadigestion.com. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being a part of the mission. My mission is to save 5 million lives from the broken medical model, and I cannot do it alone. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.